What's going on, everybody? I'm Dalton Lindberg. Welcome to For No More Golf. And today we are going to talk about how we can use this long golf layoff in order to become the player that you've always wanted to be as we return to the golf course and get back to practicing. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below, hit the thumbs up button to make sure you get all of our new content as soon as it comes out. Let's go ahead and get started. So as we get started, it's something important to know about your golf swing, that the golf swing is very similar to riding a bike. It's not just all of a sudden going to go away where you don't know how to swing a golf club. I can take months off, years off, still come back and still hit a golf ball somewhat well. Now, will we get a little bit more erratic? Sure, but it's important to know that, again, our golf swing is very similar to riding a bike. And so it's all gonna feel weird when you go back to the range, or whether you haven't picked up a club in weeks and now all of a sudden you're either working in the backyard on some things or you're out at the range, that you understand that your swing is what I like to describe it as numb. But that also means that it's very malleable. You can move it around. This is your time to overcome a lot of the faults that you have been trying to battle in your golf swing. It is much easier to battle those now instead of trying to overcome them when you're playing multiple times a week, you're playing games against your buddies, maybe you're playing in tournaments, and you're practicing regularly. Sometimes that is hard to change. It's hard to really dive in and go all the way in, versus coming off of a layoff is one of the best times that you can make changes in order to become the player that you want to be. And so what we're gonna do today is come up with a system of just picking just three things that you can get better at as you come out of this golf life. So we're gonna set 3 goals, and I'm gonna share with you what mine are gonna be, and some of the things that I battle and some of the things that I wanna be better at too, just to give you some examples of what you can choose. And as long as we make a plan, we have a chance to be successful. So for these 3 pieces, you can really pick anything, whether you want to get better physically, whether you want to change something in your golf swing that's producing some sort of ball flight, but that's where we want to start with specifying our changes. Are related to how the ball is flying, what is the ball doing, how is our contact, things like that, as well as maybe some output that we can actually track in some statistics in order to tell us that maybe we're getting better, aside from just our confidence improving. So, for example, something that I want to change is I'm someone who struggles with the ball curving left a little bit too much. So I overdraw or hook the ball, and so I get into positions where my hips slide out in front of me. This forces the club to kind of hang back away inside, and I swing excessively to the right, either pushing the ball out, but most commonly I hit a little bit of a hook that gets me in some big trouble, especially in pressure situations. So this is something that I'm going to try to overcome by hopefully keeping this hip more in place and not letting it slide out, so that I can control where the shaft and the club get to, so that I can move my path more down the line, maybe even a little bit to the left, and try to straighten out my ball flight. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit opposite. And so as I'm training this, I have that in mind. That's a goal of mine. Let's see the ball curve less to the left. So now as I go back out and hit some golf balls, that's something that I can actually focus on and work on. And again, we want to keep these goals with the idea of what is going on with the golf ball. Again, what you're trying to feel and do in your swing can be very subjective from person to person, but the output on the golf ball is always going to tell us. So did the contact get better? Did the ball fly how you wanted it? Did it go further? Did it go shorter? Did it go lower, higher? Those are the things that we're trying to see with our ball, so that we can get some feedback through that versus just how we feel. But it takes making those big adjustments, like for me to feel like this left hip doesn't stick way out in front of me and that it stays a little bit more under my chest, helps me do this. We have to combine them both and work together to hopefully get an output on that golf ball. So let's go ahead and give one a try. And there we go. I got one working a little bit more to the right, and even though that's a little bit overdone, at least it's not something curving to the left. which is what we're trying to avoid. There it is. So again, to feel that adjustment goes a long way, and to have a goal set first, and then coming off a layup, I haven't hit golf balls in over 2 weeks, that now I can actually move some stuff around and exaggerate, and you also usually come in with a little bit lower expectations. Really helpful. Don't set your expectations way up there. Come in fairly low with what you're trying to do, and then continue to build it up one piece at a time. For my second goal that I'm going to set for myself is not even going to be relating to striking the golf ball or hitting the golf ball, but it's going to be related to putting. Again, you could pick anything to work on during this time, coming off of a layoff, just to let yourself refocus, kind of regather into a mindset that's going to help you get a lot better. So I'm going to focus on 3 to 4 foot putts, something that I know that I can even practice at home. I just need some space in order to putt, but 3 to 4 feet. And my goal when I'm coming out is going to be to track a statistic and hopefully make 90% of my putts between 3 and 4 feet. Okay, and so that's what we see, very similar to like a tour player. We'll see tour players get into the low 90 percentiles depending on the course. Sometimes some greens putt more difficult and they'll be in the high 80s. So I'm going to set it at 90. And so anytime I have a 3 to 4 foot putt, doesn't matter what it's for, birdie, par, bogey, whatever, I need to make that putt. One, that's something that I feel like I'm in control of. The percentages are in my favor to make that putt. So hopefully I can just keep making it more often than letting strokes get away from me from those close putts. Because every time I miss one of those, I know, like just like you, that I left something on the table. And so I'm coming at this from a long layoff of trying to fix my biggest mistakes that are costing me the most shots. Again, things where the ball is curving way left and I'm hitting the ball too far left out of bounds, and I feel like I lose all my confidence off the tee, and that forces my score to rise. No different than missing short putts, I know, is forcing my score to rise, something that I can focus on coming off of a long layoff, coming in with a refreshed mindset of what I can do to start lowering scores and being the player that I know I'm capable of. And so again, whether you want to pick something short game related, whether it happens to be something, bunker play, off the tee, anything, this can be mental, physical, either one, in order for us to get better. All things can help us. For my third and final goal that I'm going to try to work on, again, to overcome this golf layoff with some ideas for success, is going to be, for me, I'm going to try to work on some speed. I want to create more club head speed. Currently my driver club head speed, it varies, but it goes between 110 and 115 miles an hour for the most part. And that's something that hopefully I can continue to gain speed and get better at. But this is something that, again, you have to come in with the right level of expectation. So I can't expect myself to just come out and practice and all of a sudden this speed go up, whether I'm practicing more or less. I have to create flexibility and mobility in my body. So I need to stretch more. I need to make sure I'm in the gym, I'm strength training, I'm getting stronger, both in the core and the legs, and in just all throughout my body to become more explosive and powerful to get that speed. So again, we have to have the right plan and know where we're at. Again, for example, for the putting, I'm going to practice that, working on lots of 3 and 4 footers, but not just straight ones. I'm going to have to make severely breaking putts uphill, downhill, all different types of situations in order to hit that 90% stat, to be able to create speed. Hopefully we have something to measure it with. I just use a basic swing, it's called the Swing Speed Radar, something that you can utilize as well. You can get them on Amazon if you want. And just to give me a baseline for my speed, I can set it up while I practice and I can figure it out and I can try to train speed. Super speed sticks are great too. You just have to have a plan in place. But pick 3 goals and we can begin to overcome this golf layoff with a plan of something that we're actually striving for versus just running back out to the golf course and trying to hit golf balls and hope to play better. It's going to be so great just to get out and play, but let's go back with a plan. Let's overcome this break by trying to get better with at least three ideas of places where we can improve and put together a plan of how we're going to do that. Thank you for watching this video. Again, I'm Dalton Lindberg. Make sure to hit us in the comment section down below. Let me know your 3 things. Pick them out. I'll respond to you and hopefully help you make that plan so that you can, again, achieve the goals that you want to. Such a great time to take a step back from your golf game, reassess what you want, what's going to make you happy, and what do you think will make you a better player. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. All you have to do is ask and comment down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again soon.